For some women, it can affect how they feel about their partners, and we are joined by 3 couples affected by hair loss, along with male grooming expert Richard Anthony. Welcome to all of you. Thank you for being here today. So let's crack on. First of all, we have got James and Gail. Let's have a look.
Hi, I'm Gail. I've been married to James for 9 years. His hair started falling out about 9 years ago, and it has affected many areas of his life. Our kids even cried when he said he may go bald. He's gorgeous, but he would be even more attractive with a full head of hair.
Now, it's interesting, this one, because reading through your email, which came from James, and knowing a little bit more about you, who is it that has the problem here with the baldness?
It's a good question, Philip.
I'd actually probably say it's mainly our 6-year-old daughter Molly. We've discussed, obviously, she sees other members of the family on James's side going bald, and we sort of said to her, how are you going to feel if Daddy loses his hair? And she ran off crying.
But does that come from your reaction?
No,
like, to be fair?
No, I mean, when I married him, he had more hair, but, it's not that I'm not a meanie to him. I don't say, oh, you're so horrible because you're losing your hair.
In your email, you said, my wife is desperate for me to put myself forward to be considered. Desperate in caps. Well, she has a big hang-up about it. She's made me look into plugs, but that's silly money. I've always tried to keep my hair at a certain length to cover up. At the point where it just looks like I'm in denial. So this would be something for you, obviously for your personal self-esteem. Sure. You would like to do it, but also, do you think that it is affecting your relationship in any way?
Not yet.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure it wouldn't. I'm sure it wouldn't. But as time progresses, more hair falls out. Things just become a bit different. So if there's any opportunity to prevent rather than look for a something.
So are you saying that I want the guy back that I married?
I'm not really saying that. I mean, I'd be lying if there wasn't a tiny little bit
nodding.
There.
He's nodding. I think
it's good to,
it's an issue.
It's good to be able, because lots of couples there'll be women who are going, do you know what? If I'm really honest with myself, I feel the same way. So
mind you, there'll be a lot of men saying, if I sat on a sofa and said I'd like my wife to be the thin woman I married when they'd be hell up.
Gail would definitely like me to have the hair that I had before. I don't think it makes her love me any less, of course.
Sure.
But in terms of, we are in a very sort of physical society today, the way we come across.
Well, we've got all aspects of relationships and how it affects people in their heads, and once it's in your head, it seems to be something that's very difficult to shake it off. So what can you do for them? What can you put this right?
Well, we've got very exciting treatment for James to try out. Satora is a new product that's been a UK first and this morning exclusive. And the product itself is designed to be applied in a clinic a day a week. It's about £3,500 to actually have this
brand new.
treatment.
It's never been shown on the telly before.
No,
this one, has it?
no. It's so what James is going to do is going to go a day a week into the clinic, and then he's going to have a backup system where he does the same treatment at home, and over a 4-month period we're hoping that this is going to have some amazing results for him.
Wow. So you feel good about that?
Yeah, it's exciting.
And a commitment though, 1 day a week for 4 months.
Sure, I'm all right with commitment.
You're going to
do it? Yeah, I hope it'll make some changes.
Fantastic. Okay, well, good luck with that. Let's move on now. Let's go to Gail and Nick this time and hear about their story.
Hi, my name's Gail and I've been with Nick for 9 years. He's 31 and from Lancashire. His hair started falling out about 9 years ago, and it has affected his confidence and is a constant punchline of his colleagues' many jokes. If he had more hair, it would definitely make him happier and more confident.
Well, he's a fireman, so do you get ribbed about this?
Yeah, all the time. That's
so the butt of the jokes. And it's you here that has more of an issue, isn't it? Does it affect your confidence?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say it affected my confidence, but I'm constly getting mentioned every time I go to work, football, friends. So
see, I think that looks like such a cool look. you look great. So so what? How does it affect him?
It doesn't knock his confidence or anything, but I think he's a bit tired of the endless jokes and the same jokes over and over again. He doesn't moan too much.
And Gail, you had a baby, didn't you, 9 months ago? So, and he's been fantastic with you and the baby, and this is something
really supportive. So that's why I emailed in. I thought,
yeah,
it's a nice opportunity to thank him.
Well, this is what he looked like with his hair. There you go. That's yeah. When did you start noticing it was going on?
I like it now.
Yeah.
A few people say that.
Yeah, I like it now, but it's just to have lots of really funky hair.
So it'd be nice to have the option.
Yeah, you've never had an option, have you?
Yeah.
Can you give him enough hair to have a funky hairstyle?
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm sure we can.
What are you going to do?
Right, we're going to try a two-pronged attack with Nick. We've got Procerin, which is a vitamin food supplement, because obviously a lot of hair loss can be related to diet and supplement. So we're going to start you off with a vitamin tablet, and then we're also going to use Procerin XT, which is a special mousse that you can apply to his hair morning and the evening. And the idea being is that it'll rejuvenate the follicles.
And you can rejuvenate your follicles.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. And the beauty of this is literally it's going to stimulate, encourage the hair growth back. And I think in 4 months' time we're going to see some really good results.
Do you have to be careful where you put it? Because if you dropped a bit on your forehead, would you suddenly sprout hair? No, I need to ask this, because do you have to be exact where it goes?
No, I think you can. Obviously, there's not so many hair follicles across those regions, so it'll be quite safe for Nick.
Let's good luck with that. Best and now let's meet Tony and Joanne.
Hi, this is Harry. I'm Joe, and I've been with Tony for 2 years. He's 34 and from Basildon. He began to lose his hair when he was 18 and dealt with it by shaving it off. Since meeting me, I've convinced him to grow it because I like running my fingers through it. More recently, he has become more conscious about it.
And you used to love running your hands through his hair. He's got a bit of hair to run your hands through.
Yeah, no, he was bald when I met him.
Right.
And I wanted to...
Well, he shaved his hair.
Yeah.
And your dad took an instant dislike to him because of his shaved head.
He just thought he looked like a bit of a hard nut, a bit of a thug.
So, which is not the sort of person that you
absolutely
are.
not, no. She'd have you thinking I was running around scaring kids, like Shrek or something. But.
And do you think that, so you would get a different reaction because you had a shaved head to having a bit of hair?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Well, we've met before, haven't we? Because you came in a few months ago, and what we did, it was a temporary method that we used, and it was these sort of hair sprinkle things, which had a great result. So we know what you will look like when you've got a full head of hair. And you've come back because you want a more permanent option, don't you?
Yeah, basically. I don't think Jo would be too comfortable running her fingers through that, to be honest.
I
mean, it lasts,
So yeah.
So what can you do?
Well, this is where I'm going to set myself a really good challenge, and I'm going to take on Tony under my wing, and I'm going to try and prove against the two treatments that with regular haircuts, regular advice on being teaching him how to cope with his hair, not being too aggressive with it, not too much products, and with regular cut, maybe even introduce a little bit of colour to his hair. It's sort of me pitching myself as a male grooming hairdresser against any of the best market treatments that we can come across.
But isn't it going to get worse though? Because as he gets older, he's going to lose more and more and more. So eventually, you're going to be fighting a losing battle.
Well, hopefully not. Hopefully, we're going to teach him how to prolong it and keep it.
And so now the technology exists for you to recreate hair.
Yeah, I mean, over the years there's been so many sort of bad press surrounding hair treatments, and there's been a lot of negativity, but now it's making men aware that these treatments now actually work, and we just got to get guys through the salon doors talking to the hairdressers about what they can do with hair loss and actually experiencing the results rather than just shaving the hair off.
What's the maximum you can spend?
Oh, if you wanted to go into hair surgery, it can go up to tens of thousands of pounds. The Satora is an expensive treatment, but the beauty of it is it only has to be done once. It's not one that you have to keep spending money on.
Yeah.
So that's what James is going to experience.
And it's free. Yes.
Well, we shall see you all back in 4 months' time, though.
Yeah,
good luck.
Thank you all for
Happy
being
growing.
so honest. Thank you very much indeed. Good luck, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Right, we're back with Soapbox right after this break.